Hey guys, what's up? Yugi Master here. I'm here with my new series called Learn the Rules. It's a new series where I talk about the rulings on, well, talk about the rulings on some of the most commonly misplayed rulings of cards that I keep seeing in today's meta formats and overall across the board and the way things work. So, basically, these rulings are simple common knowledge that everybody should know that everybody messes up. So first topic on our list is the card MST, Mystical Space Typhoon. If you read the card clearly, it says target one spar trap card in the field and destroy the target. Now, common thing that everyone says about MST is it negates. Only in certain circumstances it does negate. If it's a continuous spell or continuous trap card that has any sort of search effect, discard effect, draw effect, MST then does negate. Like let's say you play Fire Formation Tenki, you go to get your search. Oh wait, they Mystical Space Typhoon, destroying the card, thus making the search of the card mistiming. Gates of Dark World, for example, in Dark World decks, they go to banish a card and discard to draw one. They have to, well, the activation effect makes them have to banish and discard. You MST it, they banish, discard, but they don't get their draws. For traps, such as cards like Safe Zone, um, that basically protect the monster from being able to be destroyed by battle. Guess what? You can go and attack it with a monster, chain MST, and it'll cause the effect of the card to miss timing, destroying the card. And as we all know, when Safe Zone is destroyed, it destroys the monster it's equipped with. So you kill the monster as well. So it's pretty fun. And like people, one of the things that people always mess up on is you play like Solemn Judgment, they MST your Judgment. No fucking sense. Sorry for cussing. Oh wait, that's what I am. Never mind. Anyways, next topic, the Dragon Ruler cards. Dragon Rulers are very particularly easy as long as you're willing to read the cards, learn, and understand the effects as they come, and actually bother to actually learn the true effects of the Dragon Ruler cards, or Elemental Dragons, or Incarnate Dragons, whatever you prefer to call them. So, first off, about the Dragon Rulers, is the small dragons. If you read the cards carefully, it will state you can discard this card and one dragon type, or then the attribute of the monster. So for example, we have Stream here. You have to discard a water monster or a dragon to get the special summon. And people always state to me, the monster that you summon via its effect can attack. No, if you look, it says it cannot attack this turn. You can only use the effect of the small dragon or monster once per turn. Thus, as it states right here, you can only use the effect of Stream, Dragon Root, or Droplets once per turn. This goes via across the board for Reactin, Lightning, and Burner. Now, next is the big dragons. So my example is Blaster. Everyone commonly mistakes the effects of the dragon rulers, such as one being their effect activations. You On each of the dragon rulers, you can banish a total of 2 elemental type and or dragon type monsters. So for Blaster here, it says to fire. I saw one guy trying to play off discarding a battling boxer and a goblin bird to activate Blaster's effect. No, you can't do that. Read the cards. Now, if you clearly see, you can only use one Blaster Dragon Rule of Infernos effect per turn. It does. It specifically is stated this way. It says once per turn and only once that turn. Now, what it says is you can only use one Blaster Dragon Ruler of Inferno's effect. This goes the same with Tidal, Tempest, Blaster, and Redox. It says you can only use one. Then the name of the elemental dragon, effect, and then it says effect, meaning you only get one effect. Thus, meaning you can only use one of the card's effects. You can, like say, on Blaster, you discard this card and fire monster to the graveyard to target a card and destroy it. You can only get that effect. If you use that effect, you can't get the summon effect or any of the other effects of the dragon. So that's the elemental. That's the dragon rulers. Next is Evil Swarm Karakion. Now, this card is a bit different. Now, someone normal summoned Karakion, never used its effect, and tried to normal summon another Evil Swarm monster, another Elsewhere monster. Now, I had to get on him about this because he obviously didn't clearly understand its effect. Okay, if you read, it says you can banish one Elsewhere monster from your graveyard, target one Elsewhere monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Also, this card gains the following effect. Then here's the effect. It says, well, there's the little dot here. That means this is the effect that it gains off of using its primary effect. It says this turn you can activate this effect. Normal summon one Elsewhere monster. So you play Karakion. You banish like a caster, and you bring back a Oblivious or something like that. Then you get the ability to get an extra normal summon. So Karakion works like that. So for those, and it says you can only use each effect of Evil Swarm Karakion once per turn. I had one guy try to say that Karakion can be used multiple times. You just have to read the cards and understand them carefully, because this Evil Swarm Karakion is one of the most difficult cards to understand in the new meta, especially in the Evil Swarm decks. And I've seen so many players play this and mess it up. So don't be one of those players. Don't misunderstand Karakion. Next is Rank at Magic Numeron Force. Now, this is what I find funny. Rank at Magic Numeron Force. When it's used, you can special summon one monster, or target one XYZ monster you control, special summon from your extra deck, a number C monster of the same type as that monster, but one rank higher, and attach that monster and its XYZ materials, become the XYZ material of the monster, then negate the effects of all of the basic cards in the field, except the summoned monster, and it's still considered as an XYZ summon. Now, the thing is with Numeron's Force, it negates face-up effects in the field, or face-up cards in the field. One of my opponents actually played Numeron's Force on me while he was using a Utopia deck, and he tried to attack me with a Utopia Ray Victory, and he went to attack. I chained Mirror Force. He said it was negated. No, raid Numeron Force. It says then negate the effects of all the face-up cards in the field. Here, right here. Other face-up. That right there is the excluder and the effect of Rank Up Magic. So, there. Next is Rank Up Magic Barian's Force. This is another card that people commonly mistake. When you Chaos XYZ summon using Rank Up Magic Barian's Force, you get to, let's see, it has another effect on here. And if possible, detach one material from a monster your opponent controls and attach it to the summoned monster's XYZ material. Someone tried to tell me that you can take control of the entire monster and attach it as material. So, like, my opponent played Barian's Force on me. I had Gotchi. He tried to take control of my Gotchi and use it as the entire material. Any smart Yu-Gi-Oh player knows you can't do that. So, that's what that is. So for any of you who were commonly mistaking Barian's Force for something more OP than it actually is. Now, another card that is often mistaken is Spellbook of Judgment. Now, I noticed that players who often... Let me on. Okay. Players who often play against spellbooks that use, like, let's say in the spellbook mirror match. Let's say you play a spellbook card. Your opponent can technically chain Spellbook of Judgment and get draws for each card activated. Because this is what it says. During the end phase of the turn, this card was activated. Add Spellbook spell cards from your deck to your hand, except Spellbook of Judgment, up to the number of cards, well, up to the number of spell cards activated after this card's resolution. So let's say your opponent plays Dark Hole to get rid of your field, you chain Judgment. Judgment gets a counter for the activation of Dark Hole because, as we all know, quick play cards like this goes Chain Links. Chain Link 2 goes before Chain Link 1 because it chains to the activation, and because it's quick play, it reverses the Chain Link. So Judgment technically activates before Dark Hole does. And basically when your opponent is playing spellbooks and they play the Spellbook of Judgment, what you're supposed to do is just stop playing spell cards and just basically not do that. Now, it goes along similarly with Max C. Max C, when your opponent drops Max C to get a card, to get a special summon, to get a card from from their opponent activating or from special summon. So one of the key things you're supposed to do is when your opponent plays Max C and you have a deck that basically revolves around special summoning, but you have everything you need, you just wait a turn. Don't even go into anything else. Just wait, don't summon anything else, and just go for it. So that's just something I wanted to point out to you guys who play against decks that do use Max C, that don't quite play against decks that use that right. So, next card is Madolche Queen Tiaramisu. Now, Tiaramisu says once per turn you can detach one XYZ material, then target up to 2 Madolche cards in your graveyard and shuffle those targets of the deck, then shuffle cards your opponent controls into the deck, up to the number of cards returned. Now, this is a common mistake I find people playing. People say you can activate Tiaramisu and send the material detached back to the deck. You cannot do that because you have to, first off, in order to even activate the effect of Tiaramisu, you have to have 2 Madolche cards in your graveyard to shuffle back out of the deck into the first place. So, Tiaramisu should only be played when there actually is a Madolche card in the graveyard that can be sent back. So Tiramisu is a great card, but it has its limitations. It's not as OP as people are making it out to be. Now next is number 39 Utopia. Now, the reason why I get into Utopia is it's multiple. Well, it has effects and substeps. It has its effect activates in substeps. So when any player's monster declares an attack, you can detach and negate. Now, your opponent can attack Utopia, you can detach and negate it. thus negating the attack. However, when Utopia doesn't have any materials and is targeted for an attack, it is automatically destroyed. Now, common knowledge is that, let me give you an explanation of something of this similar um, category or arrangement of the rulings is how this works. So, this is what we get. Like cards like Call the Haunted, if it activates in the battle phase, it summons a monster in response to your attack. Like you chain Call the Haunted in response to your opponent attack. It typically will do this. It will go into battle replay because it causes a because it summons something in the substep before the actual declared attack, and because of the fact that when you attack you aren't allowed to change targets or to change the attack target in most situations depending on the card. If it doesn't allow you to change your attack target, it would cause it to go to what is known as battle replay. Now, battle replay, it will send it to battle replay, causing it to reset reset to the original substep as to when you declare, as to before you declared your attack. So then you can attack. Now, the reason why substeps are important here with Utopia is the fact that it works very similarly to a Call the Haunted. Now, Utopia, when it's declared as an attack target, its effect destroys itself. So, when it's declared as an attack target, the substep its effect activates is before the actual damage step, thus resetting the battle phase, resetting it to the normal substep at the start of the battle phase as to the end of the damage step where you would normally use Honest, and other cards like Collude as well. Well, Collude actually you have to activate before. Well, you can use Collude before the damage substep, I believe. Well, you use it before the damage substep. I don't know if you use it after the damage substep because I don't really use Black Inks a whole lot. So next card is Black Ship of Corn. People often mistake the ruling on Black Ship. Now, Black Ship is a very good broken card. 2 level 4s, so it's pretty easy to get. Once per turn, you can detach one material, target one face-up monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to Black Ship of Corn. Now, Black Ship of Corn has turn 100, so there's a lot of targets you can do. And it has to be face-up, so yeah, that's the limitations there. Now, it says send it to the graveyard, and if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. There's a difference between sending and destroying. Destroying undergoes a difference. Well, destroying goes through a different substep as sending does. So destroying is like via an effect of a monster or a like taking damage by battle. So you can attack and it would destroy the monster, but sending is what will get you over cards like Zenmaines. Sending resolves differently, and it basically, if a monster would be destroyed, like let's say Gachi Gachi and Zenmaines, their effect activates upon being destroyed. When you send it, it skips destroying, well, it skips uh, the sub-step of the actual destruction timing, and it goes to the graveyard. So that's the difference between sending and destroying. And your opponent takes 1,000 damage, the monster cannot attack, blah 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 blah, that's common knowledge. However, people still say it can attack afterwards, so that's up to you people. Now next is my biggest complaint. Other than the complaint about the MST, where people don't know the difference between a negation and stuff like that. So, next card is Mecha Phantom Beast Dragasok. Once per turn, detach one XYZ material, special summon 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. The part that everybody misses, well, there's 2 parts that everybody misses. Once per turn, well, it says, while you control a token, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Now, Mecha Phantom Beast Dragasok says when you control a token, you don't have to control a Mecha Phantom Beast token. You just have to control a token. So Dragasok is very versatile. That and the fact that the tokens it summons are machine type level 3s, you can go for some big synchro monsters with Dragasok's tokens. Now, it says once per turn you contribute one Mecha Phantom Beast monster, then target one card in the field and destroy that target. Now, it says one Mecha Phantom Beast monster. You contribute the Mecha Phantom Beast tokens, or you contribute Dragasok itself with its own effect. So you can trib Dragasok to destroy something. If you don't have any tokens, just tribute Dragasok and blow something up. However, it cannot attack. So there's the attack effect quote here is what people mostly don't understand with this card. This card cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect. Now the thing is with effects such as this, it's a counter effect such as like Pot of Duality, where you have stipulations. If you attack, basically, since it says this card cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect, if you attack, it insinuates that you cannot activate the effect. If you use the effect, you can't attack. So Dragasok is like Pot of Duality as to where if you special summon, you can't activate Pot of Duality. You activate Pot of Duality, you can't special summon. It's a vice versa effect that is it's mandatory. It's a mandatory effect that can never be negated. At least I don't think. Like cards do have certain effects that are mandatory, like Malefics. There can only be one face-up Malefic monster. That is a on-field game state effect, not monster effect. That's something that people need to learn. So I'm probably going to cover that in the next episode of Learn the Rules. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is the first episode of Learn the Rules. I hope that you actually enjoyed this video and that you have actually gained some help with these rulings, and you can actually go and show these rulings off to other players to get them to understand that these rulings are no joke, and I tried to explain them to the best of my ability as to what I could do, and I was trying to make it entertaining for you guys in some ways, but I mean the show is called Learn the Rules, so it's basically going to be going over card rulings. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you actually learned something from this video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with more rulings, card openings, giveaways. Uh, there's going to be a event coming up soon, a contest, so stay prepared. Also, you can have chances to get involved in live streams if you do subscribe to the channel. Uh, if you have any questions about more rulings, feel free to PM me on Dual Network. It is Machina Mechlord. Let me just quickly show you what the profile is. This is it right here. This is my YouTube channel and everything. This is the username is Machina Mechlord. Feel free to PM me on DN when I am online, which is pretty much almost every day. So I will see you guys all later on my next live stream or whatever the hell else it is that I make. And I hope you actually enjoy and that you learn something from me.